everybody, Medford Knife and Tool. This is Amy Medford. I have an unbelievable group of knives headed out to DLT Trading again. They've been with us for a few years now, and it took a little bit of time to get the ball rolling, and boy, it is full steam ahead. I'm excited to be sending out such cool knives. We have a bunch of all titanium Infractions headed out. These have been received so well. People love this knife, as they should. So, if you want to get your hands on an all-tie Infraction and nothing on their website quite yet is doing it for you, just wait till you see what we got here. DLT Trading is in Marionette, Wisconsin. DLTtrading.com. Paul Edgett, what's up? 877-622-2397. Let's get started. All right, I have a single Gigantes here. We're basically, I think, fulfilling the very last group of Gigantes here. So this is going to be one of the last ones. It's a 3V PVD blade. Man, I mean, that knife is so honking big, and it's so lightweight. It's amazingly lightweight. If you haven't had your hands on one of these, I think you would be blown away by how light it is in the hand, considering the size and how well it functions. Just a lovely flipping action on that. All right, here we go. We're getting into the Infractions. We have one carbon fiber here. It's a D2 PVD blade, PVD handle, PVD spring and hardware, and a blue anode clip. Love that little pop. And then we have three that look very similar. These are all S35VN. They're PVD blades, but the flaming is slightly different. So I thought I'd just leave them out so you can see the variations on this. This has a little bit of a stripe to it. And this one has the flaming kind of, I mean, it's almost fully covered the handles. It looks really saturated, quite nice. Okay, second row here of Infractions. We have an S35 tumble blade with an anodized bronze anodized handle and spring. An S35 tumbled PVD with a bronze ano handle and spring. S35 tumbled blade with blue. S35 tumbled PVD with blue, and I guess this is a kind of a bluish violet. Here's a full violet in S35 tumbled. Tumbled PVD S35 with a violet spring and handle, and a tumbled PVD S35 with, it's hard to tell, that's a kind of a bronze violet. We have two sets of, we have a single 3V here. There's so many here, I'm trying to see with the lighting, and the 3 and the S sometimes throw me for a loop. So 3V PVD blade, not quite all blacked out. We have blue anodized tie clip and flamed hardware. S35 tumbled PVD, everything. Handle, spring, blade. The hardware is straight up PVD, we cannot tumble that. So the hardware and clip are flat, and everything else is tumbled. D2, tumbled PVD, handle, spring, and PVD hardware, standard clip. And here are the three custom sculpted, modified, whatever. S35 PVD blade, that's a tumbled PVD, and Greg did these himself. These are surface jeweled, textured, with custom ano. It's kind of cool. It looks like it's been burnt almost, because it gets darker on the perimeters and lighter in the middle. It has a very aged, flamed look to it. A little more macro jeweling on this, mostly bronze, a little bit of blue and violet on the perimeters. Real subtle. I like it. And then this one, Greg went to town on this. Blade, handle, and spring. Very rarely do you see artwork done on the blade like that. I did not see him do this, so I don't know. It just looks very cool. I love that it runs up and down the whole course of the knife. That's it for Infractions. We have option number 1 of the Eris here. I really like this knife. It is such a sweet, easy little carry. Wow, what a great detent. Just a lovely little knife if you want something that isn't so big. Maybe you can't be carrying something as big. Maybe you want to tuck it all the way in your pocket Or if you're a woman and you want to carry something in your purse, I mean, that's fantastic. The Theseus, this is option, what option is this? 3. Option 3, tumbled blade, and it's PVD on the handles, and because this is done with the grip and the bolster, Greg decided to do a polished bolster on this. I think that's a great, great version of the knife. I love it. One on belay here in option 2, which is the PVD. It's a reverse tuxedo. So option 3 is tuxedo. This is reverse. The blade, hardware, and clip are PVD, and the handles are tumbled. DLT Trading has a really nice variety of Praetorians that they currently have on their website, and here are some new ones headed their way. This is the Genesis. You can tell the difference in size. So it's a full titanium Genesis, tie hardware, S35 tumbled tanto, and the anodizing and texturing has been done not only to the handle and spring, but Greg did a little something on the clip too. Full size Praetorian G S35 PVD drop with a black G10 handle and a blue anodized spring. 3V PVD tanto, and you know, when you first look at this, you might think it's tumbled, but these handles are polished and you can see the anodizing in the grooves. So this looks like it was bead blasted, maybe a bluish violet. You can see it around the perimeters of the scales. And then polished, oh my God, everything. Handle, spring, clip, that thing is so badass looking. So cool. It's gonna get some fingerprints on it, and it's worth it. Praetorian T, tumbled PVD, 3V tanto, flamed handle and spring. Here's a blinged out Praetorian T. I like this color. I don't see that very often. So this is like ectoplasmic green. Fades up into like a sea foam. There's some blue and violet. The grooves are muted. Tumbled PVD D2 drop point blade. That is sick. And then the last one here, when you first look at it, pretty subtle, but it does have a polished drop point bevel on the D2 PVD blade and a blue tumbled handle and spring. Of the Panzer variety, we have a pretty straightforward one here with a PVD D2 blade, blue ano handle and spring. This one here has a lovely orange and brown Vulcan D2 blade with some, I call these blades of grass. It looks like blades of grass spiking up into this bead blasted blue background. So it's got that silver on both handle and spring. And you'll notice that we don't do any sculpting on the relief. We don't want to affect any of the action on the knife. So that'll always be bare. Same thing on these two Panzers here. Both D2 Vulcan blades. Lovely, it covers the whole spectrum, the whole handle. And it's a nice fade. And again, we leave this untouched. This one here is bronze, and it fades to a bead blasted gray top. So not only does the color change, but the texture and appearance does too. Nice caramel Vulcan D2 blade. And again, that fade is so cool. From blingy and gold to muted and faded out. So awesome. Really big group of knives. Sexy group of knives. DLT, great company to deal with. I hope you reach out and see what they have coming to them and what they already have available. All right? And then we'll see you guys soon. And until the next time, I'm out.